All right, what's going on, everyone? So, game two did not go how I think a lot of people expected. It's a blowout for the Diamondbacks over the Rangers. Let's talk about some of the storylines, and then we're going to break down play by play. We're going to go through the highlights, and I'll give you my thoughts. So, first off, if we look at this, you can see the first three innings, nothing really happening. Really good pitching on both sides. Jordan Montgomery was good for the Rangers. Merrill Kelly was obviously outstanding the entire night. And let's just browse through the box score here. We'll start with the D-backs. You can see how each player did, how many hard hits they had in the game. So Ketel Marte, 2 RBI, had 1 big hit. Corbin Carroll, 2 for 5, had 2 balls that were hit hard. Moreno had the big home run, hit 2 balls hard, 1 for 4. Christian Walker had a hit but continues to struggle a little bit, but he did hit 3 balls hard, so that's good to see for him. Tommy Pham with a huge night, 4 for 4, 2 hard hits. Loved using the right field line. And then you have Gurriel Jr. had 2 hits, didn't hit any balls hard, but did get 2 hits. Alex Thomas, big night, leadoff spot against the left. He ends up going 2 for 5, hit 3 balls hard. Longoria with the hit that got under Josh Young's glove. And then you have Rivera late in the game, had the RBI hit, and Perdomo also had a hit. If you go over to the Rangers, not a whole lot of offense going on over there. Simeon had a hit 1 ball hard. Seager really did nothing all game, 0 for 4. He did hit a hard ball to center that was caught. Carter 1 for 3. And then you've got Garcia again. Just one of those nights for the Rangers. Kelly was so good. Garcia 0 for 3, did hit 1 ball hard. Garver had the home run to left field on that sinker that was down and in that we'll see in a little bit. Heim was 0 for 3. Nathaniel Lau was 0 for 3. Josh Young 1 for 3. Both those guys did have 2 balls hit hard, and then Tavares was 0 for 3. And again, the story really, if you look at the pitching, Merrill Kelly, 7 innings, only 1 run on that 1 home run that was actually a really good sinker that was way down in. I don't know how Garver hit that ball out, but only gave up 3 hits. He pounded the zone the entire game. Bullpen was really good for the Diamondbacks as well. And then on the Rangers side, Montgomery threw really well at the beginning of the game. His velo was a little bit down. Again, we'll break it down here in a second. He was trying to pound righties in with some fastballs. They ended up getting some knocks on him. And then the bullpen was not great, especially really late in the game when they ended up breaking things open. Okay, so we're going to break the game down here in a second. I just want to talk real quick about Merrill Kelly. I haven't seen the D-backs play a ton this year. I actually saw Kelly throw in person, but sometimes when you watch someone throw in person, you don't have a great view of exactly where the catcher's setting up and how much the pitcher is hitting their spot and how much the ball is moving. It's kind of tough to see sometimes, depending on where you're sitting. I thought Kelly was nasty last night, and I think he's extremely hard to hit as I watched the entire game. So the toughest thing about him is that he has a pitch that basically all of his pitches look the same, and then they all go in different directions. So he's got a four-seamer that he throws decently hard, not overwhelmingly hard, but it's a decent fastball. But then he's got this heavy sinker that he was throwing at like 93. So he's got a ball that goes straight. He's got a ball that kind of really runs down and in to a right-handed hitter. He had a short cutter at like 92. Then he had a bigger slider that he could play off of that. And then he had a changeup at 90 that was going down. So the ball would come in, and then he could go four-seam if he wanted. He could cut it a little bit. Then he could throw the slider off of the cutter. So you've got this little cutter, then you've got this bigger slider. So you don't know. You see the ball moving away from you as a righty or into you as a lefty, and you don't know, is it going to be short or is it going to be this big slider? Then he can go sinker. He can sink the ball in hard on righties or away from lefties. And then he throws this hard changeup that's like 90 miles an hour, and it just goes down. So the speed difference wasn't huge between all the pitches, but they're just going in all these different directions. It just looked like it'd be a really uncomfortable at bat. And not only that, he was pounding the zone. It felt like, I don't have the numbers on this, but it felt like every first pitch was a strike. Like he was ahead the entire game. It was just strike one, strike one, strike one, strike one, strike one. And then he was throwing his changeup, and he was getting his changeup to basically go exactly where he wanted, like just off the bottom of the zone, either getting guys to chase or getting guys to pound the ball into the ground. The sinker was moving in, it was down. Everything was down, down, down. It was just, it's hard to elevate anything. Garver did elevate that ball. I don't know how he did that. but it was just a great performance. He's got really, really good stuff. He's better than I thought. And then I went and looked at the numbers. I'm like, the numbers are really good. I just didn't give the guy enough credit. So he was outstanding. So let's look at the game now. We'll start it up. Okay, here we go. So we got top of the first. And again, the beginning of the game, not a whole lot happened here. So you get the pop-up pair by Moreno to Semien. So it was a quiet game offensively for both teams early on. Both pitchers doing a really, really good job. And then Kelly's story is really crazy. I didn't even realize a lot of this. He didn't get to the big leagues for a long time. He had to go over to Korea for a while. He's from Scottsdale, so he's from the Arizona area. I don't know if he was born there or he grew up there. So pitching for his home team. So right there, that's the slider that he threw a cutter. I think it was the pitch before this, if I remember correctly. And then he just goes bigger slider. So he's got the short cutter, the big slider. And you can see what happens when, Semien probably read that as a cutter, and then it just kept going. So he gets Seager here. Again, Seager didn't do a whole lot. Hit that one ball to center that was decent. Then he gets Evan Carter to come up here, and he spots that cutter down in the zone, strike three. I mean, everything just felt like it was down, down, down. It's just really, really hard to hit. Tommy Pham comes up here. Ended up being, 4 for 4, I think I said. So it was kind of weird. He had that one ball, and then he hit a couple balls down the right field line that were like perfectly placed. Gurriel comes up here, 1 out, hits a ground ball right to Semien for the easy 4-6-3 double play. So we're still 0-0. So we go to bottom of the second. Again, anytime Garcia gets up, it's like a big deal because the guy hits the absolute hell out of the ball, but just pounds it into the ground again. A lot of balls just pounded into the ground. So there, he went 93, a little bit more up in the zone, went four-seam fastball. Heim, when he first hit that in the game, I thought it could have been a homer, but he just missed it. We go to the top of the third. So Thomas is on third. Montgomery gets the fastball in just to jam him, 93. So just hard enough to get in there. We go bottom 3 now. Ball's absolutely dotted on the corner, 93. Like, it just felt like Kelly put the ball exactly where he wanted it every time. There's the 90-mile-an-hour changeup. That's what I mean. Like, that ball, it's like perfect. It's like you couldn't go in there and place the ball in a better spot. Then Moreno comes, and this is where finally the offense gets going a little bit here. So 3-2, throws him a fastball, and Moreno goes deep. Ball's up. Just not hard enough to go. He was trying to go in there, I remember. Catcher was set up in, and he missed over the plate. This play was sick here by Young. So breaking ball. Young for a big dude. Like, look at how quickly he gets up, fires right on the money, just gets Walker. Walker's having a rough playoffs. It's like he's probably sitting there saying, I can't buy a hit. So here's Tommy Pham again. He does this twice, once on a line drive, once on the ground ball here. So the ball just kind of beats him. But he's able to get the ball to sneak down the right field line, which almost never happens for righties. Then you've got Gurriel up. And here's that fastball in again, 93. But Gurriel does an awesome job of just, like, he's jammed, but he just continues to work through the ball. So he doesn't, like, pull off with his body. He just stays through it. He gets jammed, but he hits a single. So Kelly's cruising. He cruised the whole game. Little 89-mile-an-hour changeup down. Good pitch, just off the end of the bat there by Carter, and he dumps it in. But it's a good pitch. And Carter, like, doesn't get out. Here's a good shot of it right here. Just off the end of the bat, but when things are going good, they're going good. So Garcia steps up here. And then we go change up. He goes in. It's down enough. It's still 90. Like, it's a hard change up. So Perdomo steals. And then Carroll pops up here. I got scared right there. I think Young even looks at him like, what are you doing? Perdomo almost looked like he was going to like run into Young. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. So here's the homer by Garver here. So watch this pitch. I mean, that's down and in, sinking down and in. 93, I think it was. And Garver hit that out. And they asked Garver like what his approach was, and he's like, my approach was to get something up in the zone. We needed to get something up, and he didn't get that up. It was still down, but he hit it out. Sick play by Walker. Ball bounces off the bag, and he's able to reach back and bare hand the thing, and then flip it to first. So bottom of the sixth, Kelly still just cruising. So fastball, maybe a smidge off the plate, but it's close enough. I mean, like, he missed his spot, but he still gets a strikeout. He goes cutter, I guess like a backdoor cutter. Doesn't really move a whole lot. Didn't have a whole lot of movement, but Seager chases. And then he goes curveball down 85, gets Carter to chase that. So now we go to the top of the seventh. Montgomery stays out there. He's only at like 72 pitches. Yeah, 72 pitches right here. And Thomas, left on left again, another big hit. Hits the ball in the gap for a double. And then Longoria here is going to get a breaking ball, I think. So breaking ball, yeah, it was down. And he hits it under Young's glove. So Longoria actually tried the bunt for a hit earlier in the game. He didn't get it, but he tried. And then Young kind of had to play in there, which if Young's not playing in, it's probably just a routine ground ball. But the bunt attempt early in the game kind of moves him in. Perdomo bunts him over here because that's just what the D-backs do, and that's what Perdomo does. And then Carroll, who's really good at balls, when he gets extended, that ball's a little bit away, and his swing is so like flat through the zone. They showed a replay in the game. I don't know if they'll show it here. But it's like so flat right here. Like his swing is just like so flat through the zone, and he just hits these like low line shots all over the place. He hits that hard to left field. We got an absolute dotted fastball 94 right on the black. 8th strikeout of the game for Kelly. I mean, this is just the whole game for him. I honestly feel there wasn't many pitches that he made. He goes sinker, front door, comes back right on the black, 9 strikeouts. Again, watching the game, like, I don't know if I ever was like, oh, he missed his spot bad there. I felt like he put the ball right where he wanted the entire game. It was crazy. So Marte's got this huge hit streak going. He doesn't have a hit at this point. And Marte's been awesome the entire playoffs. And he gets a hit. Bases loaded. Hits the ball hard, right back up the middle. 2-run score. And that kind of that was kind of the game, right? Obviously, the Rangers don't score anymore anyways, but just some insurance runs. 18 games, hit streak of 18 games in the playoffs. Unbelievable. Carroll comes up, 94 sinker. It's a little bit up. He smashes the ball. Perdomo's going to score. Again, that ball's just kind of sitting middle of the plate. We go top 9 here, and now Rivera ends up hitting this hard ground ball to left, scores 2 more guys. And Rivera's just going to basically round first and try to draw a throw to make sure that both runners score. Doesn't really matter. They're not coming back from 9 runs or from 8 runs down. Then we just get a routine little single here up the middle by Simeon. And Seager's going to drive. This is his one ball that he hits well. He drives at the center. Alec Thomas back. Makes the catch. Outfield for Diamondbacks can really run. Like, everyone can run out there. They get a backdoor breaking ball for strike 3. And now you've got Garcia coming up. And he's going to walk. And now Garver's going to come up here with 2 outs, and he's going to hit a line drive to end the game. So that's it. 9-1 D-backs. So didn't see this one coming, but great pitching performance. Really good offense, obviously, there by the D-backs. They just keep doing what they've been doing. They just put together a lot of good at-bats. They're scrappy, and they didn't need all those big hits, but they got them. So series is tied up 1-1. I'm going to stick with the Rangers, even though the D-backs just scare me because I keep thinking they're not going to do this, and somehow they just keep winning games. But great job by the pitching staff for the Diamondbacks. Let me know below what you thought of the game, who you think is going to win the series. I'll stay with the Rangers because I believe in their offense, and I think Kelly pitched great, but I don't know if they'll be able to continue to do this pitching-wise. But who knows? Anything can happen. D-backs have shown that. That's all we got. We'll talk to you later.